we podcasting?
I think maybe we're podcasting. And can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
I can't
I
believe I
can
can hear you. Am I
I can also
screaming?
hear my air conditioner and I can hear my kids being loud in the backyard and
I can't hear that. But I do have the AC on because it's hella hot,
oh
and I
boy, it's
can't
hot.
believe I can hear anything because I'm wearing my daughter's free headphones from school.
And I'm wearing free headphones from the airplane. And we were not in the fancy part of the airplane, so you can imagine these suckers are these scream coach.
Yeah, they had
And
somebody else's earwax in them when
yeah,
you got
I was
them.
gonna say there's a name tag on them and it doesn't belong to me. I don't know, but I was fine to take them. I do not care.
They just run like a
Um,
UV light over them.
you
It's the I Mom So Hard podcast, you guys. It's nothing but the most high-tech equipment in
should
the
see. You should see.
you should see it. And I have my ring light velcroed to a stand that I bought on TikTok because
I don't think mine will stay up the whole time, and it's also in my lenses of my glasses, which makes me insane. By the way, who cares? We're not doing this for I mean, you can watch this on
you
YouTube,
can
but
watch it on
hopefully you're
YouTube.
just listening to it and we can just tell you we look amazing.
That's right. And you can get this, you can listen to us wherever you listen to podcasts. And I heard this from listening to another podcast on the flight the other day, and I'm going to steal it. Is if you leave a review, you rate, review, and subscribe, then it's good for us. It like ups our algorithm or something. I don't know. We get
Yeah,
suggested
people
more. So leave
okay.
good reviews. Say that we're sound pretty, sound thin,
Yeah. Sound thin,
sound
smart.
exactly
We read books.
like we have really straight teeth.
Yeah, that
And
look, don't go to the YouTube for that then.
oh
I'm
my
coming in
God, don't
hot with
go
my
to YouTube if you want to look at what adult acne looks like. So
we're all
we've
doing all
been,
right. We're all
we're
doing all right.
fine. We're
We're fine.
good.
I keep moving my screen because I can't deal with. I'm too distracted by my own reflection.
Yep. You look like an
Sorry.
anime. Kristen looks like an anime character right now because she's got those little bright, like circle twinkle
Oh,
things
there we
over her
go.
eyes. Oh, yeah. Oh,
No, I'm gonna go like that.
no. We're adjusting. Tell me how stupid these headphones look right now.
No, I don't think they look stupid. Mine were the
Do-
ones that lit up when I had to do that professional meeting, and I had and they had blue lights running through them, like
Yeah, you had the
you remember?
gaming
Yeah, the
headphones
gaming
on.
headphones on because my kids keep taking my headphones.
Yeah, thank goodness this Janet Jackson microphone is inoperable, or otherwise it would be really fucking up my game right now. And I don't know how to
You
fix the tech on that.
you know that I love a good
You do.
tech headset.
Part of me wants to leave it down because I feel like it blocks my adult acne, but I'm gonna.
I don't know how long you guys have been listening to the podcast, but I have like hyperfixation for some reason on certain things. And Jen and I bought our own microphones to do shows, and they are Janet Jackson headphone mics that like have in the time we've been doing I Mom So Hard have literally improved in every way. Like they don't even sell these anymore. And I'm so pissed that we bought them and that we don't use them.
She's like, we're gonna use them.
I'm like, we have to find a reason to reuse these. They were great. They really came in a clutch. Like we used them in theaters that like didn't have any kind of access to like fancy shit. So we were like, hey man, we brought our own stuff. Now, granted, it looked like I was teaching a spin class.
Look, we want to provide a high quality live show, which you can get tickets for everything this fall at IMOMSOHARD.com. We want to provide you with a high quality show. But anytime the mics crump out, Kristen's like, do we have the Janets?
Yeah.
And she's very happy. There's a twinkle in her eye.
There was one time we were doing a show, local show, and the mics they had at the theater didn't work. And so guess what we did?
We had to use them.
Nothing.
Janets.
It was like I was having an orgasm as I was putting them on because it was a fiscal and horny move. It did me right.
If you are into like auctioneers or like rodeo announcers or
both of those I am.
And they sound like you're They sound like you're a weathercaster in a strong, like you're doing, like in gale force winds. Like you're like,
Hi, Tom. Tonight I bring you from ABC Local. We are in Stromsburg, Nebraska.
we're inches from touchdown. I don't know if you can hear. That was a cow flying by. There's some loud ass microphones, but look, I don't know.
We're here. But
we're here.
Speaking of horny and orgasmic, brings me to my favorite thing that we're going to talk about. You guys, I'm so into it. I've never been more into it. Yes, it's the freaking Olympics. And by the time you hear this, they will be over because today, thank you. Oh my God, that music even, I'm like,
it's a real panty peeler for Kristin.
It's a panty peeler. I would just like to say in that, to all of you that have sent me a link to the Australian breakdancer that I look like her and that I need to go as her for Halloween, I find that to be the biggest compliment. And I actually agree that I do kind of look like her. And if you think I haven't already started working on moves, you're out of your, I mean, like, even I
Kristin,
saw it and I go,
is you. She is your, in like everyone has a doppelganger, and I read an article about her because I love her so much. We just have to start with her.
I love her too. What is it?
You know the whole story, right?
I know a little bit. I'm excited that you know it because just to give everybody an idea of what's going on, if you are not on planet Earth, there is an Australian break dancer. I think her name is Raygun. Is that right?
Yeah, I don't know her last name, but
I don't either.
It's like Rachel Morris or something. No, it's like Rachel Drummond. I don't know.
No, that's our friend. Okay, her name is Rachel Gunn, but they call her Ray Gunn as her breakdancing name. And Jen, it is her breakdancing game. And here's the thing. So the Olympics has breakdancing, which we can all say that we were kind of on the sidelines going, really? So it's a little weird.
I was very excited, like with all the weird shit they have, like where they scrub the ice with the brushes and stuff like that.
That's our people. That's freaking. That's curling.
Okay, so let me tell you about this woman. When Australia was like, we need representation in the Olympics, in breakdancing, people were like, well, that's not me. That's a really bad Australian accent. Okay.
Yeah, the tone was right.
Yeah. But so they didn't have anybody. So this 35-year-old college professor who at one time was a ballroom dancer was like, nobody, you know what? I want to go to the Olympics. And so she just shows up, which I love because we've all seen that meme that says like, they should just like not pick athletes. They should just pick random people and give you a sport, and then we'll really see how hard you try. Like it was exactly like that. She was wearing a real dorky outfit. And I want to say, I did think of you, Kristin, because I'm like, that woman was like, yep, here we go. She goes, they gave me an Olympics outfit. I thought we were all wearing it. I didn't know I would be the only one not wearing it.
That is so me.
It is so you, Kristin. She is your soul sister. I am telling you. Like, Kristin would be like, what's wrong with all these people not repping their country in their Olympic
yes,
swag?
Especially if I got it for free.
Oh my God, it was totally free. It was and you guys, she
had a rough go.
She did look like she was doing some flailing. It was not unlike Kristin and I, like 4 or 5 drinks in on the dance floor going, no, I can break dance. It was a lot of flopping. But this is what fucking makes me mad. They gave her 0 points.
I agree with that. And
you get some points for trying.
Although Ray Gunn
her name is not perfect for her.
It's Rachel Gunn. They call her Ray Gunn. Is her and man, you know what? I bet she gave that name to herself. And as someone who has also nicknamed themselves, trying to get it to hook, trying to get it to say, I'm like K Ice or whatever my name is supposed to be. Like she had a moment where she got to make that name stick. Now listen, here's the thing. The Australian Prime Minister, whatever it is when you're in Australia, like went on record as to say, you know what, we're proud of her. She got up there and she did her
Fuck
best.
yeah.
With that being said, it is still ripe for
A
parody
little
and a little bit
criticism.
of
Yeah.
fun because
Here,
she looks like a maniac. Here's the thing. There's a couple moves up there that I'm like, hey, top tier break dancers, you might not like the way this looks, but this is effing hard. Like I
okay.
tried to do a
Okay.
couple of those moves. Good
She
luck
popped
laying
and
on your side
locked.
doing a pike. Like
Thank you.
that in itself. Now it doesn't look good, but it doesn't mean it's not hard.
I don't think looking at some of the other break dancers, she was that bad. I mean, some of them had a couple clutch moves, but I was like, has this dated itself? Did we add breakdancing to the
I
Olympics
don't
too
know.
late?
Well, also that, but breakdancing to me is the definite outlier. But second, but like a close second, which is just that these people take it so seriously, which I'm sorry, I know it's the Olympics, but like paddle tennis, like the presentation of the ball and the paddle and the like intensity. But again, I'm like, I'll cheer for anything that you have up there. Like
There,
I will become a diehard fan. I started to watch. I started watching. I've watched them all because we were in Ireland as the Olympics were on, and they were on during the day. So we were watching like everywhere we went, they were on, and so we were watching. I got into the girls that are shooting shotguns, skeet shooting.
oh yeah.
I want to be friends with the one from UK. She looks so intense. I'm like, I want to go out with you because no one will fuck with you ever.
I do think like one of the really great things about the Olympics is like there's an ass for every seat. If you want to do something, you can do that thing. Like there's a club for that somewhere, and there's so many of these sports that are really huge like in other countries and not in the US. So it's like it's really fun
It is fun
to
that there's like
see.
this level of like you level the playing field. Like some places it's just bigger of a bigger deal. And I say the more the merrier. Who cares? Breakdancing for me was the one that I was like, was that our idea? Like, was
Okay,
that our pitch?
you know what would be better maybe than breakdancing? I watch a lot of America's Got Talent, and those teams of dancers and
I
like
know.
the girls dance team, like
I'm
like
writing
plates,
notes.
it's like I mean, that's hard. That would be so freaking cool. They have them in like Florida every year or
Yes,
whatever, where it's like, and all these Southern dance teams are like tossing everybody up into
I
the
know.
air and it's synchronized dancing. Like,
I'd be
I
into
think,
that.
yeah,
That'd be an easier one to score. Let me ask you this. Do you think if I was Ray Gun, do you think I would have got a point? Because I think I would have got a point. I think I know where I could have got a point.
I can honestly say, I I don't understand how she got no
Come
points.
on,
Like,
her head
I
spin looked like she was like like drying the floor with her forehead.
well, what does that look like? Here's the requirements because she didn't do
I think
any
there's some very like staple moves in
like, you have to do a
breakdancing.
head spin, a
Right, a
back
head spin,
spin.
or whatever. And by the way, I think
I
rumor has it she had a choreographer. Now that's the guy that needs to get booted.
Alright, 'cause
Who?
I didn't see
I
my
don't know.
standbys like the hip hop vampire, the coffee grinder. I
That's what
didn't
I'm
see
saying. If you throw out one of those, you can't get a point.
That's what I'm saying. I think they were real stingy. I don't know if it was all East German judges or what, but man, they were
Yeah,
not
man.
in the Olympic spirit, by the way. I mean, but I do hope that people are so mean on the internet. Like, I can't even right now, but like, I hope she gets like a hero's welcome when
I
she
think
goes
she
back to
will.
Australia.
Here's the thing. The world is so twisted, but you know how comedy works. Like if she just plays it cool and leans in and laughs along with everybody else, I really think she will get that hero's welcome because Australia is very funny. They've got funny people and like this is a disaster and hilarious and one of the greatest things that's ever happened to the Olympics. It will go
I
down in history. She has to get on the good side of it, otherwise she'll feel terrible. And I quite frankly think that just her like moxie and her devotion to this super weird thing
no,
makes me like her.
she's so earnest. That's why I'm like, she is you. She's like, Well, I don't understand what everybody's talking about. I just got out there and I did my best. And, I thought I did pretty okay. And all right. I mean, I didn't see anybody else doing any better. So I'm not saying I'm gold quality, but like aluminum, maybe copper or something like that. They could have get
I think I should get a participation medal. I did get the
something.
outfit for free, so that feels cool.
I tell you what the greatest prize for that lady would be is she goes back to that Olympic Village and she gets pounded nearly to death by that French pole vaulter, okay? Because we all know the French pole vaulter
You
who
guys, this
disqualified
Olympic
himself.
has had everything.
Everything!
Have you? When they showed the clips,
Girl, I've watched it
mean-
so much. I watched it in slow motion again and again. I'm like, is that thing sideways? Like, how the girth on? How come that's
it looked
not
like
Olympic?
Gonzo's nose just like grabbing
It
the
did. It was insane. So this pole vaulter disqualified himself by hitting his junk
on the
like
pole. Meanwhile,
he-
he got a really awesome, I forgot what it was for. It's like men's underwear or something. He got like
Yeah.
some crazy campaign. God
Yeah,
bless him, and you
Hold
should.
on, I'll tell you what his name is because that was actually going to be my hot flash for today. But I
had
couldn't,
to
like,
say I knew. I knew it.
Yeah,
I've
of
got
course,
another one.
I
While
do
you're
know me, okay?
yeah, while you're looking him up, here's what I'm going to say too. One of my favorite things is watching. So there's an Italian swimmer, and his name I'm gonna just butcher everybody's name. Thomas, it's Ciceron or something like that. Thomas, he's so hot, and he has had so many beautiful shots of him like coming out of the water and like flicking his hair back. And he decided to go take a nap in a park in Paris because Olympic Village had cardboard beds that were super hard. I think that's just so everybody stops
That's
banging
what
all
they
the
said
time.
on TikTok. They're non-sex beds.
Oh,
But
good
then
luck. They're Olympians. You think they can't? They could like pound it out on the side of a balance beam.
I went down quite a hole, no pun intended.
That is not
where I was watching these TikTok videos. I don't know. It's our algorithm, so we've built this together. We built our algorithm, but like there was like Olympians showing you like, I think you could pound it out on this bed. They were like jumping on it and doing like all these different things to demonstrate that the beds didn't work. In terms
Do they
of like
think
preventing
that Olympians need like a Tempur-Pedic mattress to have a good time? Do they not know that they have the core strength of like a stallion?
They
Like,
don't even need Earth's gravity.
You
to
don't need
pound it
gravity.
out. They're so strong and in such
Yeah.
good shape, and most of them are so young.
They're
They could
standing
just
straight up. They can walk and bang at the same time. They don't even.
absolutely.
I hope my
You
son's
could have put them
downstairs.
on Tom Cruise's motorcycle, just hanging off the back, and they could have been banging from that flag. You guys, okay? I got his name. It's Anthony
Yeah,
Ammirati.
that feels right. He Ammirati'd it with ray gun. Hopefully, God.
I hope so.
May the wind beneath your wings, ray gun. You're gold in my book.
I mean, she deserves it. If we can make that hookup happen, God, I'm just going to whisper it out into the universe that they're like,
Please.
hey, I'm known this Olympics for something not great. And he's like, I am a hero in my small town.
Yeah.
And I will for being
the
known.
Summer Olympics didn't work out too well for me, but I did shag an Italian.
I mean, that guy pole vaulted without a pole. I think he's Parisian.
That's his biggest mistake is he carried an extra pole. He should have just tripoded that sucker and flanked himself up.
I mean,
all right,
insane.
we're dirtbags. We're dirtbags.
Total dirtbags.
Here's I mean, it's hard to top that because literally that is a story unto itself. But here's the other, there's been some like love drama in the Olympics, which I am here for. There's like, this is what I've fallen in love with the Olympics. First of all, the opening ceremonies were so effing cool. And they were with Lady Gaga and the pink burlesque, and it was like sexy and Moulin Rouge, and I was like, oh my god, it's not. I haven't even seen Olympic Village, and I'm already like, who wants to make out behind a Parisian dumpster?
Yeah,
It is
and there
getting
were
my goose.
people were like, "Well, this is I'm Catholic and this is making fun of the Last Supper or whatever." And it was like all like Greek gods and goddesses and stuff like that. Like
People
the
need to
French
calm
like
down.
yeah, the French like to party, you guys. They're not bringing
And
a Bible
it's
to a
also
party,
it's
man.
an
They're like
artistic town. They're gonna always do something that pushes the envelope. So
totally.
I'm so into it, and I'm like, yeah, let's like shake it up, y'all, and then decide that we need to take off our shirts and run around. Okay, so in tennis, there's a mixed tennis team. So this is what I'm talking about, the drama, which I just feel like Paris like brings this out. And
Sure.
they're both Czech. They're somehow deeply related to me in the far reaches of athletic ability. I'm related to two Olympians.
Okay.
There's got to be one of them. One of them's blonde and beautiful and blue eyed. She's not my people. The other guy's dark. I got a chance. Okay. Katrina Sinakokova and Thomas Lahat. There's not a chance in hell that I got any of that right, but I know Katrina and Thomas. Okay.
Hold on. Thomas the Hot is his
Yeah,
name?
basically.
Okay.
I don't know.
All right.
Everyone's going to like, everybody can correct me. I guarantee I'm going to get it
Whatever.
wrong.
Yeah.
They met. They're both tennis players. They met. They're real chill. They kept it on their DL. They fell in love. They started dating. And for whatever reason, a couple months before the Olympics, they broke up. And they decided that they would stay as partners for the game, and they made it to the Olympics. And the thing is like everybody knew they were broken up, so we were watching this game, but they did not appear to be broken up. Like he was real handsy, she was all smiles, like okay. And then just Google these photos, the photos of them on the podium. They bring up such feelings for me, because like there's one where you're like, is she like in love with him, but no, she can't be with him. It's in a photograph, and then the other one is like, is he showing her how much he loves her right now, but she's saying no. These are all photos, and I'm like, it's so compelling.
Okay.
Their whole thing is she is in tears, and you can just tell there's so much behind her celebrating that gold. I'm like, I hope you guys go back to the village. I hope you close the door and you sit on one of those hard beds, and then you work some shit out, and then you throw
Yeah.
away that bed and you pound it out.
Well, I'm look, the Olympics, we all know, is overcoming adversity, and I can't imagine what's more of an adversity
Then a
than having
breakup.
to, oh my God, and having to like play nice with that asshole.
That's right. What if you were
Literally
like,
play nice.
yeah, what if he like misses it? I'd be like, you fucked it up. Like there would be no way. Oh, see,
Yeah.
this
Yeah,
wouldn't have happened if you would have
this
just
is exactly
fucking
what I tell you all the
picked
time.
out the
If you
date
would have
place.
listened to me, yeah.
Okay. So here's another love story. Everybody's seen it. If you haven't, you should spend 4 hours looking them up, because I'm in love with this couple in a way that isn't even responsible. So Tara Davis Woodhall is a triple jumper, and her husband is a para Olympian. When he was born, he had his two legs did not develop fully. So they opted, after they tried to put him in casts and stuff. They opted to amputate his legs so that he could wear prosthetics. And like after they put him in prosthetics, he was like, literally, without sounding funny, he was off to the races. He was an athlete when he was a kid. He just had this drive. So him and Tara met when they were training for, I forget, it was in college. It was a long time ago. And they fell in love and they got married. And she is the world champion in triple jump. And when she won it, he was in the stands. I've got goosebumps. And he's like, babe. And she ran into the stands, and he picks her up because he's got all that core strength, y'all, because he is an Olympic trained athlete once again.
Yeah.
And he lifts her up and he like holds her, and he's like, you're a world champion. Think about that. You're a world champion. And it's the most beautiful, supportive, sexy thing. I just need it.
All right.
I need it to be a movie. And so I say bravo to you people.
I'm sure being an Olympian without legs is hard, but still not a breakup. I mean,
Not
still
a breakup.
dealing with the
Breakup's
breakup,
way harder.
still kind of the hardest. Yeah.
Breakup.
So breakup and period. That's all I could think about was like, how many of these people are on their periods right now? Like,
what about the fencer who's 7 months pregnant?
Oh my God, I forgot about that. It's insane.
I
Insane.
mean,
And she won, right?
yes. Here's the thing. There's a reason I'm not an Olympian. Okay. Now look, if my starting point is Ray Gunn,
Kristin.
now they're not going to do the breakdancing in the Olympics in LA in 4 years, because you would be crazy to think I wouldn't train for that. If I thought that was the baseline to get in, I'd go to another country and I'd work my way around.
Here's what my husband told me. I don't know, I'm not singling out Ray Gunn, but just in terms of the sport and in terms of you. So he said there was this woman who they have to have 30 participants. And so she looked up like what has the lowest like competitive to it. And so in the Winter Olympics, it was the snowboarding like half pipe for women.
Thank you. No.
Okay, but you can ski it. You don't have to snowboard it. And she was like, there's only like 24 people signed up or whatever. So she had never trained for the Olympics, and she went and represented whatever country it was on skis in the snowboard half pipe event, and like qualified and got to go. Like, it's insane.
No. Okay, let me ask you this. If you could go to the Olympics and you actually, let's say it's the Olympics that we were talking about, where we feel like the best Olympics would be that you just get like the Hunger Games. You just get a notice in the mail.
Somebody's got to do it.
Okay, you get your invitation. They're like, Jen Smedley McAdams, you have to be in the Olympics. What do you choose? What do you call it? Category or sport do you think you would maybe have a chance?
Summer games or winter games?
Summer.
Like discus or shot put, maybe?
Absolutely not. Absolutely
I could work out.
Absolutely not.
A lot of it's physics.
That is
as long as I can hang on to that thing and spin.
Have you seen them?
Kristin, you were going to say that no matter what sport I said, though. I could have said breakdancing. I could have said that. You would have said absolutely. I'll cut you, bitch. Kristin's going to start challenging me to break dance offs now.
What you're saying is I've got a chance.
Just to keep me out of the running.
I'm just saying. I think I'd be good at skeet shoot.
Oh, I didn't. Oh, yeah, with that guy? That Turkish guy?
No, I don't know about. I'm talking about the women. Oh my God.
Okay.
And it's just the whole approach. They wear like wraparound glasses. They get to wear like a penny. They got like, it's 2 shotgun bullets, and then they got to hit a skeet. And I was like, maybe I could do that. But I don't think I got anything else to offer. I can't run. I would be oh my God. The running of the Olympics is, I think, the greatest thing about the Olympics, besides women's gymnastics, which Simone Biles, by the way, highly recommend that documentary. It's so good.
I can't believe that you have not heard about this Turkish shooter, because he has a million memes about him. Okay. His name is Yusuf Dikik.
Man, we're not going to, no one's going to call us from like ESPN to
if you're
commentate.
Turkish, look, there's probably more things about me you might hate. Okay. There were so many memes about him because in his shooting event, okay, I'm going to read you what it says about him. Dikik returned to a hero's welcome in Turkey and was asked about his unique style, one that has led him to his first Olympic medal after 5 games appearances. So there's all these pictures that people took of side by side of these shooters, and they have like a handgun, and they are holding the guns with 2 hands like you do. They have things like headphones on to block the sound. They have these special glasses on.
I'm into it.
They are using like sharpshooters, and our boy Dikik walks up in a fucking t-shirt, man, and he only uses one hand. I swear to God, Kristin, he had his other hand in his back pocket. Like, they just pulled him out of prison, and he stands and he gets the silver. Like, whoever got gold, no one will ever remember, because this was the most, I can't believe he didn't hold it sideways. It was the most gangster thing you've ever seen in your life. But he had like earplugs in from like an airplane or something. He did not have the right equipment.
I love this Olympics so much. It is literally all I want to talk about. There's so much to this Olympics. It feels like, by the way, we didn't even say the synchronized swimmers, just to go back really quick. The girls, the women synchronized swimmers that did the underwater and they did the moonwalk above the water and they placed. It's the first time in 20 years that like I'm telling you, God, I want to be in that Olympic village.
I mean, the amount of endurance that it's like got to be harder than water polo, where you just got to tread. You got to be able to tread water for like
I think all those
hours
are
in order
so
to.
hard. Those athletes work so hard. Oh my gosh, who's the guy, the pommel horse guy, the little gymnast?
With the glasses?
Yeah. His first name's Steven. He's on the pommel horse. He won the gold. He's cross-eyed, so he has to wear glasses, and he also has a sensitivity issue with his eyes. That bro basically can't see. So when he gets on the pommel horse, he just feels it out. That's what he said. He just feels it out. And I'm like, God bless you, dude. And like, again, if my life depended on it, to pull myself up on a pommel horse and whip my legs around, missing the hand things, I'd be dead. It would be game over. There's no chance.
I don't know how they do it for fun, because there are times I'll see like in a movie, where somebody's like hanging off of a cliff by like a root.
Yeah.
I would give up immediately.
I know.
I'd be like,
Jen,
why torture you? Like, you're just making this like too long and torturous on yourself.
It
like,
depends.
You can't do it.
There's no chance I could ever climb a rope, but I think I could hang upside down.
Like,
you know
from
what I mean?
your knees?
Yeah.
Or,
and I think I can tread water. I'm really weird. I am strong in some ways.
Can you hear my kids? Can you hear that? That's the sound of my kids.
We're doing great. I'm going to say his name again. Steven Nabrosic. That's what it is. And I butchered it right before, but I am overwhelmed with emotion right now. I'm talking too fast.
I do feel like if podcasting were the Olympics, we are Ray Gun. We're the Ray Gun.
We're Ray Gun of podcasts. You know what that is? Viral, baby. And that is fine.
Yeah.
I'd also just like to give a shout out for the girls' track team. I mean, God, there's so many.
The girls. Kristin, I cannot believe you haven't even talked about rugby yet.
Oh, I was going to. She's on my list.
Oh, okay.
She's on my list.
I was sexually confused.
Ooh.
Hot flash.
It's Ilana Mayer, I think. And she is so active on TikTok. And here's what I love about her. First of all, I think she takes a fair amount of trolling, which I think sucks, because to describe her, first of all, she's a rugby player. So she's thick, like thick in the best way.
Yeah.
Thick arms, thick shoulders, because literally when you play rugby, one of the ways you can catch the ball is by lifting another player, which if you
up
ever
by their
watch
shorts.
I'm just saying, if you ever watch it, you're going to be like, oh, I'm suddenly aware that I have pants on.
Pro tip, don't play with pole vaulters, because lose an eyeball.
Pro tip,
play with pole vaulters. Yeah.
She is awesome, and she to describe her would be like, she gets described as masculine. That's what the trollers say about her on her TikTok, which I think is a crappy way of saying that she just has a strong look to her. And I think she is very feminine. She loves to wear lipstick. She loves to dress up. She loves to wear dresses. Like, there's nothing about her that's any less feminine, because she doesn't look small, or do you know what I mean? Diminutive. She's just like a badass chick. I think she's really breaking the way people have perceptions about what women should look like. She also is, I just love that she is body positive. She's like, hey man, I'm an Olympic athlete and I have a 30% BMI. I am an Olympic athlete and I have cellulite. I am an Olympic athlete and it's just like, thank God for you. But I think her being so active on TikTok and being so honest about all this shined a lot of light on rugby. And then I don't know if this was because of this, but I
didn't know women played. I love rugby. I love a rugby player. I mean, my husband.
You post about it all the time.
I'm going to have to, I don't. I'm going to have to walk that back. I don't, my husband, I'm sure, would have played rugby. He didn't, but I mean, I have dated a fair share of rugby enthusiasts. I myself, but I didn't know they had women's
Maybe
rugby.
we'll
'Cause
start
I-
training for rugby, Jen, and then I can just throw you.
well, God, if I'd have known they had women's rugby when I was in my 20s, I would
Oh,
have
I would
dated
have had a
people who knew what
girlfriend.
they were doing. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Yeah.
I would have
yeah.
dated a girl. Like I would have been like, you and I need to be together for like 4
Yeah,
years. Just
I
so
don't need to draw you a roadmap to anything. You've got it all dialed in here.
And you can
Okay.
lift me. This is great. This is
It's
great.
wonderful.
So rugby's doing it. I mean, come on. And then we've got the girls, the runners, the girls. I mean, Gabby Thomas is this 4x1 relay race with these 4 primo athletes is the most exciting thing to watch because, of course, when you see it online, everybody adds like pump up music and it literally
Yeah.
gets my blood pumping because you see this perfect handoff of the baton between these 2 women that are running
Yeah.
a race that is around 10 to 11 seconds. So it's
Yeah.
like their arms are, it looks like they're in fast forward. They are so fast. And it's so
yes.
exciting.
It is so fast, and my brain does not move that fast. But when I watch those races, I'm like, I don't know who won. Like, I literally could not keep track of where anyone, like, you can see who, like, if it's a far lead.
Yeah.
But when it was close, like the men's was really close, I was like, I don't know. Like,
See, and
it was like a fingertip.
I am one of those assholes that's on the side, and all of a sudden I'm a coach. I know.
Yeah,
I know.
you're the expert. Hold on.
I'm the expert. I'm like, you know what? She didn't have a strong start off in the blocks. That's what it is. That's, I saw her form.
God.
It was different. Usually she's got a pop. She's got a pop. And this time she went a little bit forward. And
Trying a new start. Yeah.
I have my arms crossed. We were in Ireland. And so we were always in a pub because that's just the best part of Ireland.
So were they watching and cheering for Ireland? Like,
of course. And Ireland was killing it. So Ireland had a swimmer that run, and these two rowers won, Jen, and in perfect Irish form. These 2 dudes have been kind of like going for the gold for a while, and they finally won it. They are the most humble people. So he was like, they interviewed him and they were like, okay, so how did you, what was your strategy in rowing to win the gold? And he's like, well, there's really no strategy, really. We're just trying to get from A to B, really. And they literally they got back to Cork, where they're from, and they didn't even have a ride from the airport. So they were going to take the bus. And then some bro was like, do you want to ride home from the,
oh my gosh.
and they got in a car with this bro and he took them home. That's how the Irish work.
I love it.
Oh my God. Well, we've been going for a bit.
I don't know how you and I can talk about the Olympics and it all is about big dicks and lesbian curiosity, but that's how it's ended up. So
you just described the Olympic Village.
Right? I think so, right? That's why we're all watching, kind of,
I mean, God forbid you just made soft beds and it looked like Burning Man just so everybody can live their best life. Evidently, they gave out 200,000 condoms.
Life. Good.
I mean, I'm like,
you've got these machines. They've been training. They're never going to be any better.
Yeah, let them
sexually or anything else.
Let them have it.
Just let them have it.
Let Ray Gunn get that 36-year-old Australian ass against some pole vaulter.
Oh my God, yeah. Okay, so my husband, my whole family, so emotional over the women's soccer team, though.
Oh, of course.
Because last year was tough. They're up against legends.
And that
they're up against this. Yeah.
She's so lovely. And the men's basketball, here's what I got to say. I'm like,
hey,
y'all,
no spoilers, okay? I didn't see the way it.
Well, I mean, I'm not going to not spoil it. It's the end of the freaking Olympics. It's all it's
tell me. I don't know.
Well, it was like Steph Curry and like all the big dogs, and they played, and everybody was like, okay, they're just taking it easy. Okay. And then all of a sudden they're like, they're down 17 points. And these are professional basketball players.
Yeah.
These are the NBA. These are the best of the best. Y'all should be crushing right now. And so they waited. Thank God for Steph Curry. Once again, just, and then what does he do?
They won?
Yes, they won. They get done. What does he do? Holds his brand new baby, and I mean a new baby, on his chest with his beautiful wife and all the kids. And I'm just like, see, that does it for me too. This has been the most romantic and stimulating Olympics of all time. I remember watching Mary Lou Retton like my life depended on it.
Yes.
And
Yes.
she's actually my hot flash for today because
Aw.
I was so, like, I wasn't good at gymnastics, but gymnastics was the hot thing to do when you were like in junior high. Like everybody seemed to be
Totally.
good at it, and I was just sort of terrible at it. And she just was so inspiring outside of being an athlete. I love the way she was just so happy doing the things she was doing. And then she's really had a hard time lately. She had a bacterial kind of pneumonia, or a
Yeah. She
it
was in the
left her with
like an
a lot of
ICU.
yeah, she had a
For-
lot of scar tissue in her lungs, so she has a really hard time still. And I just feel like she is such a emblem of this country, of like, of just what hard work gets you, and that she's, you know, from the 84 Olympics. That was a long time ago. And so she was somebody that I remember. I got her workout tape for Christmas, the Mary Lou Retton workout tape. And I remember being like,
Okay.
maybe if I just work out really hard, I can someday be in the Olympics too, as a break dancer named
For
Reagan.
K-Gun, we're missing the
Kay!
easy layup here. K-Gun.
You've been waiting this whole time.
It just occurred to me, Kristen. It just occurred to me. I loved Mary Lou Retton for her hair.
Oh my
I
God.
remember her being on
smile.
Wheaties. I remember like there was a movie about it. Like I remember watching the like
Oh yeah.
made for TV movie
Of
and her like
course.
limping out there with
Yeah.
her like injury and stuff. Like that was America. Like everybody was proud of this like whatever
She
13-year-old.
was so young. I think she was actually
God.
19 when she actually competed for the Olympics, but she might have been even younger. But she's just so goddamn bubbly and sweet. And you know what?
Yeah.
Simone Biles is the same way, but we weren't 10.
Yes.
You know, at 10, you feel like it's when you start to form your dreams and like what dreams
Yeah.
look like. And you see young people doing this thing that you think you're supposed to start your dream later. Those athletes are starting their dream right now. And so you're just like inspired in every way.
I think like what made gymnastics really like appealing for our generation is like it felt attainable because you were doing like cartwheels and trying to do flips in your backyard and like all of
Nope.
that stuff. And it just felt like if I could like Rocky for this, like, you know, out in the Russian tundra, I could be that kind of an Olympic competitor. It felt like a thing you could do.
Well, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to leave you with this quick anecdote and story, Jen. When I was 10, I was in gymnastics. I didn't want to be in gymnastics, but it was the only thing our town had. I wanted to be in dance, which I was actually pretty good at, but I instead was in gymnastics. And unlike all the other dumb girls in my class, I realized there was a level of danger involved in these sports, this thing called gymnastics. The other girls were trying really hard, and I was like, "You're dumb because if you let go of that bar, you're gonna break something,
break your neck." Yeah.
So I went to my first competition, and I had to do the uneven bars, and I got on.
That's a real deal.
Oh no,
Holy
yeah,
cow.
And it was a big event, and it was stadium seating, and it occurred to me in that moment that I would have to actually do the bars, but I got up there and I realized that I cannot do the bars. So oh my God, I am K-Gun. So I got up and I was able to pull myself up onto one bar. And then I just got down and saluted.
You stuck that landing though. You very Lou Retton that landing.
Ask me what my score was, and I'm not joking. And I want you to imagine this. I'm standing there and I saw my parents both, because they're 80s parents and they don't give a shit about your feelings. They both looked at me and shook their heads and put their heads down, because the scoreboard that was turned away from me first. So I was the last one to see the score. And literally as it was turning, people were doing what you're doing right now. Eyes wide, eyebrows up. And I was like, whoa, I must have done something. And they turned it around and I got a 1. A 1.0 out of 10. I got a 1. So then I made a joke to my parents, who were super pissed, and we drove quiet.
They were pissed?
They were so pissed.
That's such an 80s parent. Well,
so pissed.
There goes our Olympic dreams.
Yeah, so exactly. So I'm in the back seat. They're mad. And I go, I guess it's safe to say I'm number one at bars. And my dad looked back and he goes, it's not funny. And then I was like, under my breath, I was like, it's kind of funny.
Pretty funny. Yeah.
A one at bars, you guys.
Funny.
I nailed it. Stuck the landing. Who's
but you know what?
me?
If I had to say, Kristin, I give you a 10 at a bar. You're a good time.
Thank you.
You will break dance on cue. All you have to do is ask you and you will do it.
Yeah.
So if
it was just the wrong bar. I shouldn't have been at that bar. I should have been at a bar, and then I'd be great. Thank you for your.
Kristin's like, I can nail the parallel bars. I can be at iguanas and sandies at the exact same time. I can hop back and forth. I can spin. I can stick the landing. Don't tell me I don't know bars.
Oh, those are old names. Listen, Jenny, I think we podcasted.
I think we podcasted.
Happy Olympics. I'm sad to see him go.
Yeah.
Next time they're going to be in LA.
Oh my God.
4 years.
I will be there.
I know.
I'm going to get tickets to basket weaving and I don't care. I'm going.
You guys, I might be in the Olympics. Is that a goal?
Let's see. We don't know.
K-Gun.
Practice.
K-Gun 2028 coming at you.